Hello and a very warm welcome back to ADIPEC's Energy Dialogue interview series with me, your host, Rebecca McLaughlin-Easton. Today you join me for another exclusive interview with another executive as we count down towards ADIPEC 2022, which will be held in the UAE capital in a matter of days. Today my special guest is Cully Cavness. He is the co-founder, president and COO of Crusoe Energy Systems. Cully, it's great to see you. Thank you for joining me from Colorado today.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Let me start by asking you, as a leading technology company for the low carbon energy sector, what is the biggest headwind that your business is currently facing through the energy transition?
I think that there are a lot of issues that have historically plagued the adoption and scalability of companies approaching the energy transition. And it's because those companies have been capital intensive, and historically there hasn't been a deep capital market available to companies with interesting technologies and solutions to reduce emissions or advance that energy transition. I think that's changed recently. You've seen a lot of ESG investors and climate-oriented investors come into the marketplace. Just recently, in April of this year, Crusoe, for example, was able to close a $350 million Series C round of financing led by climate technology funds and other technology-oriented venture capital funds. So I think that's been a big shift, and what would have been the main headwind facing a climate technology startup and a scaling company has really changed with the adoption of climate-oriented and environmental-oriented investment.
Now, Crusoe is on a mission to eliminate the routine flaring of natural gas and reduce the price of cloud computing. So what do the years ahead look like for you, and how will you continue to meet your ambitions of really enhancing in-country value?
Yeah, we've been growing very quickly, and the plan is to continue scaling and expanding. We started in 2018 with a pilot concept and really just the idea of, could we convert stranded flaring natural gas into computational power with modular data centers right at the oil well site where wells were flaring gas and wasting energy. We proved that out, and we've scaled to now about 125 data centers, mitigating about 20 million cubic feet of otherwise flared natural gas every day. So that's been a significant growth trajectory, and the plan is to keep expanding that to new geographies and to new scale. In terms of geographies, we're looking at international opportunities, for example, in the Middle East, South America. We're also expanding domestically within the United States, where we started in the Bakken oil fields of North Dakota and Montana. We'll be expanding into other oil basins throughout the country, and that's underway. And then we have other forms of diversification, where we started with Bitcoin mining as the primary energy source and use of energy. We've been expanding into cloud computing. So we've rolled out Crusoe Cloud, and that is a platform that takes that otherwise stranded energy and that flaring. Instead of converting that to Bitcoin mining as computational power, we're now converting that also into artificial intelligence model training, graphical rendering, other forms of energy-intensive computing.
Cully, I want to pick up on something that you also mentioned in your last answer, which was a reference to the Middle East. So what can you tell us in terms of new agreements, exploration, or new ventures, investments from new and old partners here?
Yeah, absolutely. In our Series B and Series C, we were very honored to have investment from sovereign wealth funds in the Middle East, first with Oman, and then in our Series C, both Oman and Abu Dhabi invested meaningfully into that financing. And it looks like there's a lot of opportunity for us to help reduce flaring in the Middle East. You see a lot of the national governments in the region are making commitments to end routine flaring, to reduce methane emissions, to get more aggressive on carbon emissions.
When it comes to emission reductions, what are your targets? And where are you on further developing a digital transformation strategy?
First and foremost is, what are the metrics we can quantify in the oil field around emissions reduction and flare gas mitigation? So on that front, we're running at a rate of about 20 million cubic feet of otherwise flared gas per day. We're growing that number pretty quickly. That's more than doubled from where we were last year. We're just excited to continue expanding that and just keep growing from there. And then in terms of digital transformation, I mean, we really define that type of concept for the oil field. It's using a data center to eliminate a very real world physical problem, which is flaring. So when you talk about using digital technology and digital infrastructure in new and creative ways, what could be more apropos than that, where you actually deploy a data center to the oil field to soak up and consume otherwise flared natural gas.
Lastly, Cully, let's talk about ADIPEC. As with previous years, we're very much looking forward to welcoming you and many of your colleagues back to the UAE capital. My question is, what are you looking forward to the most when you get here, and what do you hope to take back with you to the States?
No, that's a great question. I mean, really, we want to familiarize ourselves with the producers and the stakeholders in the Middle East, and to begin to build that relationship and the trust and the credibility there. And so our goal is working towards projects and deployments in the region. We've been putting together the supply chain, the operational capabilities, the leadership team, in-country employees, and we're ready to start getting to work there. It's been a process getting everything in place, and now's the time to really put the pedal to the metal and begin getting flaring under control in the region. We have a lot to offer, and we just want to start those conversations.
And there we have to leave our conversation, but thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing you very soon.
Goodbye. Thank you so much for the time.
And so that wraps up another episode of ADIPEC's Energy Dialogue interview series. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. And to find more videos of this kind, just head to LinkedIn or adipec.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time.